I'm Andrew McCrae visiting with Mike Velde, who is the alfalfa plant breeder and sales agronomist at Legacy Seeds. Mike, you've been with the company for several years, but tell me how you got over to Legacy. What was your story before you came here?
Well, I grew up on a farm in western Minnesota, about a couple hours straight west of Minnesota. I farmed corn, soybeans, cattle, hogs, a little bit of everything. That's how they farmed back then. And I did my undergrad in North Dakota State University in Fargo, way up there. And I decided I wasn't ready for work, so I did my graduate work in Madison, Wisconsin, back in 78 to 80. And I worked under a gentleman, Dr. Richard Smith, breeding red clover. Graduated in 1980, got an offer to join Dairyland Seeds. I was a plant pathologist, plant breeder for them for 36 years. So my history is rich in plant breeding. So I decided to join Legacy Seeds at 60 years old, which is crazy. But I thought there's a company there that has a lot of, it's had a research program, a good research program, that I thought maybe I could help. So I joined them, and I told them I probably will work 6 years, and I'm 6 years and 1 month. So I fulfilled my obligations.
Well, you mentioned, you were 60 when you came over. There had to be something attractive about that. What was it that made Legacy Seeds a place that you wanted to come?
Well, I thought I could help. Once my tenure with Dairyland is excellent. I did a lot, did research, production, sales. I did everything, and then we got put into a corporation, and your roles get squeezed down to you're just going to do this. And I thought I didn't want to coast through my last years. I wanted to be able to build a program, help build this program. And I thought Legacy Seeds, I could help with that.
So talk about the role then today. What is it that you do? I know that you have a lot of different things you do under that heading, but talk about what your role entails.
Well, I'm a plant breeder. I've bred and released one product, and it's on the market, which is you can't beat those odds, right? So I've been a lot of my work has been assisting our Legacy brand sales, both domestic and international. I do a lot of work with wholesale, working with other companies and selling legacy genetics.
Talk about those genetics, because as a person involved in the sales, you've got to have something that hopefully will outsell other competitors. And I know that it's always a competitive type of business. So what is it that makes Legacy stand out?
Well, I think, again, there's nobody sells bad stuff. Those genetics are gone. So everybody has different genetics, all good stuff, different types of genetics. And the question I challenge our staff is, why should anybody buy anything from Legacy Seeds? We have to know that. And my point is that we're competitive. We have an advantage with conventional alfalfa breeding. We concentrate our research efforts on fall dormancy 3 through 6. Now we're not in biotech. We do sell some biotech alfalfa we source from another supplier, but we focus our energy on what we can do. And why should someone buy from Legacy Seeds is you're going to get sales support. We'll answer our phone calls, we'll return your emails, and we'll help you. Our goal is to help our customers build their businesses, and whatever means that they ask for help.
In the industry, certainly over time, things have consolidated. Do you feel like that Legacy Seeds is bringing some things that others perhaps don't? That's not to put down your competitors, but certainly you have an advantage in some areas.
Well, a big thing that we emphasize is we're easy to deal with. You can call and we'll get orders over the phone. We'll return our calls. We'll get our seed is delivered when you want it. Pretty well. It's delivered in the format you want to have it in when you get it. And if there's an issue, we get it corrected right away. And so we just want to be easy to deal with, and it's very personal. So we want to strive to be that people know who we are and that we're there for them to help them in their business.
Talk about the forage itself, the quality, what the product you're providing, how does that stand out?
One thing we've done is that we have different types of alfalfas. We have alfalfas who want high quality. The dairymen want high quality alfalfa, and they have custom cutters come in and they cut every 26, 28 days. We have an alfalfa for that specific type of purpose. We have an alfalfa that where is probably on farm harvesting, and sometimes it doesn't always go at 28 days cutting regimes. Sometimes they need help with a little longer harvest window due to weather, mechanics, things that happen. And we have a different product for that. But this is a nice package of alfalfas with delivering high quality, whether you're on a 26-day cut or a 33-day cut. So I think that's something that we have to offer. We have high disease resistance with the alfalfa with branch root for soils that are not that. That's what they got. They're not drained as well to help keep stands, get more, I call it, we get more yield per field with that type of alfalfa. We have also some that have better alfalfa, better wheel traffic for animal and hoof traffic. So we specialize in having alfalfas that when we talk to our salesmen, they have a story that goes with their alfalfas. One thing I especially preach on is that, we can sell corporate, the management, that these alfalfas are wonderful, but if the salesmen don't get the message, it's going to sit in the warehouse. We want to make sure that the message is clear. We help train people to be able to deliver the message and get excited about alfalfa. So a strategy, after my tenure with Dow for a few years, I learned that we need to use alfalfa to sell more corn. If alfalfa can sell more corn, it's a home run. So corn's tough to sell. Alfalfa with some good recommendations and products that perform, generally the chances of getting a sale is much better.
Talk about some of the things that you helped bring to Legacy, because you touched on some of those about branch root and so forth. Are there any specific things that you helped bring to Legacy when you came?
Well, I think it's a program of selling. A story. I'm sure it was there before, but it was not together. So when our district salesmen go on the farm, they have 2 or 3 options, not just another fall dormancy for alfalfa. That's a better mousetrap. But this is why you should plant this product, and clarity on that. I'm sure they talked about it, but just to reemphasize the clarity of why this product should be placed here.
You've obviously been around alfalfa for quite a while. What is it that you find from customers that they need? Have those needs changed over time, and how do you help meet those needs?
Well, we've had a little bumpy ride. As an industry, we've come up with products that didn't quite meet the claims that we made. So when it boils down to what farmers really need is a good quality alfalfa that will persist and grow over more acres. That's it. Our competition is corn silage, which they can take in one cut. In alfalfa, they have to cut 4 times a year. So they have to make their cuttings very valuable. So we want something that's going to handle the weather. It's going to handle their wheel traffic, handle the soils that they planted on. Something really durable, but very high yielding and with good quality.
Do you believe that the industry as a whole is able to prioritize those goals? Or how does Legacy perhaps look at this differently than maybe some others out there in the industry?
Well, we claim what we have. We don't overclaim that this is what it could be, as some of our competitors have done, which, the truth always comes out. So you want to make sure you claim what you have, and that it's going to fit within the claims that you make.
With your role, how do you balance being plant breeder, but also in sales? Because you've got to have both. So how do you personally balance it?
I would say after I bred my one alfalfa, I went more of an advisory type of idea. I try to stimulate ideas of how we can build a breeding strategy that will compete or be better than what our competitors are doing. So it's more of I would say it's more advisory than hands-on. I do help out with harvesting and research, but my main role now is more on the sales side.
I know that you've somewhat answered this already, but so feel free to elaborate how you want to. But talk about the sales piece of Legacy, because obviously it's important. What is it that you try to share with those on the sales side that helps Legacy stand out?
I think I'm going to go back and say you got to have a reason. Everybody needs a reason why every Legacy employee who's in the front of somebody has to be able to deliver a message that this is why you should buy from Legacy. Because again, it's a tough competition, and everybody's got good stuff. And know why, in just 2 or 3 bullet points, why Legacy is important, why you should work with the team at Legacy Seeds. Got to have that down well, because the products, when I came on board here, the products perform very well. So there's no weaknesses in any of our products, but we just need to be able to articulate why why you should give Legacy a try. Why should those genetics work for you, and be able to follow up with that.
What do you attribute the growth to then? Is it that then how Legacy has continued to grow?
Well, there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, and the machine has to work well. So everything from research to production to growing, and our accounts receivable, billing, all those things have to be a machine that's got to be seamless. And I would say, again, we're working on that. Nothing's ever perfect, but we're working on striving to make ourselves better, to be able to put all those pieces together. So our growth, I would say, alfalfa is a big deal, a bigger part, but yeah, all the pieces have to work together to be able to see good, solid growth year after year.
You mentioned early in the interview about 6 years. I'm not trying to get you to put a timeline on anything, but you must be enjoying this because you've now passed 6 years.
Well, I'm a little bit past, yeah. In 1 month. So my tenure is almost over. So, but it's been a good tenure. One thing I would say, I accomplished my goal is I want to be able to help Legacy, and I think I was able to get the opportunity and the trust of the management to allow me to help grow the business.
Sure. What things have I left out, or other pieces you would like to share, whether it's from the past or the present, things that you think are important just as far as the Legacy story and how you tie into it? If not, that's fine, but I always like to ask that to make sure we haven't left any pieces of the story out.
I look at, we're a Wisconsin-based company that's got an alfalfa breeding program that very few other people have. That rock solid corn hybrids, soybeans, and wheat. That each of the products are going to work year in, year out for you.
Great. Mike, Legacy Seeds certainly wants to leave a great legacy. I guess you feel like that you've been part of helping to do that in your time here with the company.
Yep, it's a good place. It was a good place to land in my last part of my career.
I appreciate the time.
All right, thank you, Andrew.